Do people have personal liability for their debt that their business has?
It
Are they personally liable even if they're in a corporation?
And that's a great question because I think it's one of the most misunderstood financial pieces in small business. A lot of times, because if somebody has set up an LLC or a corporation and they have separate books, in their mind, the business and themselves are very, very separate.
Yeah,
For tax purposes, they're separate, and that is all fantastic.
yeah.
However, depending on how you incurred this debt or what the structure is of the debt, you could be liable for the whole enchilada. And as a bankruptcy attorney, that's when I started to see the personal bankruptcies, where we were filing the personal bankruptcy for the business owner, as opposed to we just could close down the business and the business owner could walk away. So know when you take out credit card debt, even if it has the business name on the card, almost 100% of the time there's personal liability there. You have signed your name to that card. Interestingly enough, even a lot of corporate cards, like that a big corporation would give you to use, a lot of those
Yeah.
have personal liability too for W-2 employees. That's a little bit of a side piece, but I'm telling you that just to tell you, even if there's personal liability even there, then there's
Yeah.
definitely personal liability when, Bob Smith uses a credit card to start his restaurant. Anytime you attach anything personally, like a house or whatever, even if you went to use that money for the business, that's a personal debt. And if you've attached something like a house, that's going to stay on there. Most bank loans and lines of credit are going to be personally guaranteed. So they're not going to want to just see Bob's restaurant on the loan. They're going to want to see Bob Smith and Bob's restaurant, because that gives the bank the option to either collect from Bob's restaurant or Bob Smith. So just know these creditors, they're sophisticated. They've protected themselves 5 ways from Friday, and you're not getting one over on them. They know how to collect. So almost all business debt has a personal guarantee to it, which means if the business can't pay it, you will pay it personally.
And in most instances, is it the debt secured or non-secured? Or
It can be both. Like a credit card's an unsecured debt.
yeah,
But a loan on a house is a secured debt. So the difference between a secured and an unsecured debt is that there's a piece of collateral behind it. So like a car loan is a secured debt, a home loan is a secured debt. If you ever bought furniture on credit, that's technically, or jewelry, that's a secured debt. So if there's
uh,
something that they're going to come take from you if you don't pay it, it's a secured debt. If there isn't, it's unsecured. And there's actually a lot of unsecured. I mean, most lines of credit are unsecured. Credit card is unsecured as well. But just because it's unsecured doesn't mean that you don't have personal liability. You still have personal liability, which means they're going to
yeah.
come sue you for that debt. They're going to get a judgment, and then they're going to look around at all your stuff and see what they can take to satisfy that judgment.